Hello, everyone. My name is Trancia Turner, and I am with the Mary Rigg Neighborhood Center as a community school coordinator for the Full Service Community Schools Project, servicing George Washington High School and surrounding areas on the near west side of Indianapolis. And I'm here to talk to you about my career journey. Uh, as most of you who are in the community, you may not know this, but in high school, I actually wanted to be a fashion merchandiser. And I am working in the nonprofit sector, which is completely different from what I'm doing today. So, based on that, the education and training that I have to go get is I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, which I am using to communicate with people around the community, and that's a lot of relationship building. And also, I have a master's degree in nonprofit management, which I am using in my current field. As far as different jobs I've held a lot of different jobs. And what I would say about that is most of those jobs are not, they are different, but I have transferable skills from each of those jobs that I do use in the daily work that I do. So my first job, which was, I want to say, I was 15 years old, and it was in a boutique store, and I counted a lot of inventory, and I was a cashier. I was a Jane of all trades. I'm not sure if that phrase is still around or not, but what I learned from that job is relationships and work ethic matters. And I actually got that job from a person that in my church that I went to as a kid, and she thought of me as a good worker, a student in school with good grades, good head on her shoulders, and she thought of me as a good person to run her store. So I was very highly thought of at that point in time. So that was quite an honor, and actually still have a copy of my first check somewhere in my house. So that's quite memorable in my life. So when I'm looking for someone to hire to work with me, what I look for someone is what kind of skills they have and what they are good at, and other areas that they can build on, and challenges that we can stretch, and also what they're willing to build on in short-term and long-term goals. If you want to work in my field, there are no 2 days that are the same at all. And if I were to give anyone here a piece of advice, always ask if there are any volunteer opportunities that are available within the organization and in my field. That can get you a foot in the door and in places you may never imagine. So, a typical work day for me is always not the same. So what I typically do is I connect students, families in the community at large to programs and services that they are in need of. And so that could look like either making a phone call, sending an email out to the community at need, whether that is getting food, internet services needed, getting educational services needed, mental health, just to name a few. And that is always on a daily basis for me. And then also what I also do is track those services throughout the community. And I report that in my report twice a year to my stakeholders to let them know how we're doing that and how many people we reach in our community. Through those 4 years I've done this work, I have gotten a change in salary, not quite a promotion, but it is well deserved for that. And that lesson has taught me to always ask for what you want. Um, and the lesson of that is, a closed mouth is never fed. So always ask for what you need. It's better to ask than not to. And then my last thing I want to share with you all is my work ethic. for my career is always just been always relationships, relationships, relationships. And I've always been that person to, be that person who shows that integrity, that ethical decision making, and a lot of my networks and communities see me as that catalyst and that connection and that bridge to whatever is needed in that community. And for that, I am very grateful to my community and my supports for that. And so with that, I want to thank you all for spending a little time with me. And I hope that this is helpful in your career journey, wherever you decide to go. And you all have a great day.